Welcome to Parev TV. Our guest is Lori Tatulian. She's already waving her hands. Lori is a comic actress, a writer, a producer, and she's the force behind the big Bad Armo Show. Lori, you're in New York today, and we hope to get to know you a little bit better, encourage people to attend your show on December the 10th. Tell us what's going to happen on that weekend.
So we're doing a brand new installment of the Big Bad Armo Show. It's going to be on December 10th and 11th. So if you have the in-laws are coming on Saturday night, come on Sunday, vice versa. And it's a hilarious, I'm not just saying this, I promise you it's a hilarious show. There's 8 actors coming from Los Angeles and a live band. And all the actors in the show are professional Armenian American actors. So 3 of them are on TV shows right now. 2 of them are on a movie. 1 is working on a movie. Like, we're all professional Armenian American actors working in the industry as professional comics, as professional actors. The show is full of Armenian American sketches. So things that we don't see on TV or in the movies, we're bringing it to you, fun characters. It's like high octane performance. So you don't want to miss it.
Lori, how do you say it's a brand new show? How do you collect your material? How do you pick up some?
But first of starting with family dinners, Armenians, we're just naturally a funny people. I've never met an Armenian, honestly, that is not funny. Even if they're not a professional comedian or they're an accountant or they're a dentist, like, there's humor always. So it's from observation, from community events. My husband and I are very involved in the community. And growing up, I went to Camp Nubar. So I know some East Coast Armenian stuff. And living in Los Angeles, it's the entire diaspora living in LA. So we're kind of, I don't want to say making fun, but we're holding up a fun house mirror to the Armenian American experience.
We are all very funny. I agree with whatever you've said, but the thing is, has it ever happened that you try to portray the church or community life and you crossed the line and some people were upset?
Right. Maybe that's the way they took it. I personally would never. That is not my point. I actually have a deep, deep respect for our church and our faith. And what I would do is not making fun of the church, but maybe making fun of some people that attend church. or let me not making fun, but just showing different characters, or maybe showing some, like, I did have a sketch about a pulvar competition, but the point of the sketch was not to make fun of the church, but the division of the churches. That was the point of it. So yeah.
Tell us more about the pulvar. I've never seen it, but I've heard many people talk about that. Tell us more about that pulvar skit.
Yeah. So basically, it's like an ESPN sport, the pulvar, and it's a competition between the prelacy and the diocese. And the sargavar, the deacons, are doing the pulvar. They're doing, like fancy things. And it's showing, it's like a sport. And at the end, well, I don't know if I should give it away, but basically the point of it, at the end, there's a really funny surprise where we talk about, like, why are we divided, and it doesn't serve a purpose anymore, things like that. Yeah.
Lori, tell me about the number of wigs you have.
Oh my God, I wish I could show you. I came with 4 big luggages, valises, because I'm Beirutzi, or my parents are. Anyway, so and my entire, I don't want to show you, like if I showed you the other side. I mean, should I get up and show you? Okay, So this is like
Oh my
my
God, that's, oh my
chair.
God.
Kedinim vara. I hope vardik chiga sort of. So and then like this is all it's all wigs. So wigs, oh, more wigs, wigs. So I own at my home, I own 150 wigs because throughout the show we play so many different characters. It's very fast. We switch, and yeah.
What is your favorite character?
You know, I like playing, okay, I like playing characters that I don't do a lot because it's challenging and exciting for me. But I think a popular one that people really love is Sosi Haira Bedian. She's like this very rough, tough woman. She's Beirutzi. She says things she shouldn't be saying. She's a smoker, you know, she's very but people really like her. And then the opposite of her is Hripsime, Dandigin Hripsime Hovsepian, who's very put together with her jewels and her hair, and she's like more of a tantik. But besides those, we show everything from Kim Kardashian to your Odar neighbor. Like we show the spectrum of the experience.
Is Mary Basmajian on the show?
Yes, Mary Basmajian is very much in the show. You are going to see Vartush. So Vartush is coming. She's going to do Vartush. She's going to play other characters that maybe you haven't seen on social media yet. And she's hilarious. So she's very much a part of the show. And oh, go ahead.
Lori, how difficult is it to find these actors? And are they regulars? Are they full-time? It's a full-time job, or what is happening?
Yeah, everybody in the cast is a full-time actor.
Really?
This is their job. They get their paycheck from a studio. That's how they feed their families. Yes. So, I mean, they might have like a side gig like every other actor does, like being a waiter, but that's not their main job. Like, for example, James Adomian is coming. He's a regular on Jimmy Kimmel Show. Mm-hmm. He tours the nation. That's how he makes his living. Ludwig Manukian, who's a regular on, I think he's on Barry right now. And he's that guy is constantly working. So yeah, nobody is just, hey, everybody's a professional actor.
You know, when we look into the Armenian life, Armenian community life, literature, we think of Baronian, Odian, Masikian, and other greats who have made us laugh and made fun of the people around them. And I'm sure you more or less are doing the same thing. Are there any comedians you look up to in the Armenian world?
You know what? I really like, yes. I'm trying to think. I really like my contemporaries. Does that make sense? Like,
who are they?
Berian is hilarious. You know, Krikor Satamian.
Yes.
When I was a child, I would go watch his plays, and I'd be like, oh, I want to be on stage with him, you know? So that's my experience. And with my contemporary Armenian actors.
Lori, այս պեմատրության մեջ որքան հայերենով գարդահայտվի։
Ադի է դժվարությունը, որտեվ չեմ գիտեր աս քաղաքը որքան հայերեն գխոսին։ Հիմա երբ որ Լոս Անջելես է, շատ ավելի հայերեն գխոսինք, որտեվ շատ ավելի հայաստանցի գա, բարձկահայ, որ նոր եկած են։ I would say for this show, I was told it's predominantly an English speaking audience. So what I did is we didn't take the Armenian out. We kept the Armenian, but then we find a way to translate it. So we will say it quickly in Armenian, then quickly in English. So if you do not speak Armenian, you'll know what's happening. And then we're also giving the Armenian speakers that good Haigagan lezun, you know, but some things you just cannot translate. It just does not, but we'll say it in English. But it's mostly in English.
Lori tun America zanazes.
Yes, America Zanadzem.
Ես կարողացած ես հայերեն պայել։
Mamas babas հայրեն մին հայրեն պետք է խոսենք տունը հայկական բրոց չի քացի դունը երբ որ դունն ենք հայրեն պետք է խոսենք եւ mamas եւ babas շատ they've basically devoted their life to Armenian you know, like we're very familiar with. So adi շատ կարևոր է որ հայրեն խոսենք եւ ես կուզեմ որ հայերենս ավելի զարգանա եւ կփորձեմ որ ամուսինիս հետ հայերեն խոսիլ, ընկերներուս հետ հայերեն խոսիմ. And that's another thing I wanted to say is we don't get to see maybe too much, you know, like I know Talim Babayan she writes, she puts on shows, and this younger generation, I want to say younger, or this you know, generation, it's nice to see our culture represented outside of the context of things that we always see it represented in, you know. So I try to keep, it's a balancing act. So with the, I just want,
No, I'm sorry, it's a balancing act, absolutely. And I'm happy you mentioned Talim Babayan, whose production is in Vancouver these days, or happened in Vancouver. But my point is, where did it all begin? Where, I mean, Tichma Khenpet Kielas for us.
Ayo Tichma Khentem. Hima nor artantsa yev bidesem raz akchi kino ve
inchi bargetsa spasego kezi.
Patsku mazı çadavi lav gerekiyor.
Volkan Şamanak Arap niçe mas. But my interest is kisava polora.
Baziguts. So baziguts is kisavie for yes. When I was a child, I was always performing, and our house was a typical Armenian household where yerkel, barer, panasersuchun. My mom would always make me, Lori, get up on the table, I mean the chair, you have asang bartam mami gonian pamas, you know, poems. So we were very encouraged to perform. And my grandma, who was a genocide survivor, after she survived, was a playwright. My father, yes, my father, I don't know if people know this, is a deadhide. And before he was a deadhide, when he was young, he would do so many tadrons. And my mom wrote tadron. We're like a tadron family. Like we have a deep, deep respect for the arts. So in our house, the Armenian church, the arts, the Armenian culture, it was all blended into one thing.
You know, being a comedian is a very, very difficult job. It's not so easy to make people laugh. And laughter is the best medicine. And I'm sure you brought tons of medicine and therapeutic medicine so we can all laugh. We could use that. Is there anything else you would like to tell the people watching you and encourage them to attend the New York production?
Sure. I'm going to go off of what you said. I think we've been through such a hard time, not only with the pandemic, but as Armenians, we're dealing with so much emotional heaviness this past 3 years. We need a break. You know what I mean? And this show is gonna give us, it's gonna be, I hope it's gonna be this place where we could finally collectively get together. We can just laugh, we could have a good time and just release and have a good time. You know, it's not a fundraiser, it's not a banquet, it's not you don't have to even get dressed up, just come and have a good time. I don't know what else you would be doing besides this.
You know, you just mentioned that your mom would tell you to recite Vartam Amigonian, etc.
Yes.
My name is Vartam, obviously.
Yes.
And when we were teaching in Armenian school, this little kid learned about Mamigonian. So one day we were visiting this guy's house, the little boy's house. And my wife was ahead of me, and he told his mom, Mama, digi Mamigonian gukagor. It's kind of funny. I think it was one of the.
That's so cute.
They have a cute story, one that we can wrap up this interview.
A cute story. Oh, it's not as cute as yours, but I would say that because my dad is a priest, I would go to like people's homes for, you know, mega is gonna dying or getting married,
Yeah.
something. So I would go to these different homes and perform, or we would have like the Badiriark or the Gatorigos or somebody at our house, and I would like dance Michael Jackson for them. And they're like,
Well,
"What's he-"
listen, Laura, you're a fun person. We wish you all the best. You bring us so much joy and laughter, and really, it's a therapeutic medicine you bring to us. And we wish you well, and I hope you succeed. And where is the next troupe going? The next show
So,
to New York.
then after New York, we're gonna go back to LA. We're gonna
LA.
do, we have a home base in Los Angeles, so we're gonna do this and then go back to LA and do a show there.
Lori Pariek Yeger, Hachogutunu
Thank you.
Mastenses, Nora Nora Choguchuner. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Vartan. Thank you.